WTV Sports Network. Everything sports.
And we're here live, a high top the press box for our first ever Motlow Bucks away game. Oh, didn't turn you up a good bit. I'm joined here now by Adam Yerdman, baseball manager. What's going on, Adam?
Ready to broadcast some baseball here at Methodist in Pulaski. Beautiful day for it. Really, our first warm game of the year, and I'm ready to watch some baseball.
That's
Aren't
right,
you?
man. Beautiful day. Two great teams here, even though one is JV. Perfectly good, even matchup here, but it looks like Motlow may have the upper hand, don't you think?
Well, Motlow, we certainly struggled a little bit this year in the beginning. We began to put things together. Had a 7-game winning streak here recently, and swept the conference series. So that's always good over a quality opponent. So it's certainly going to be a fun game today. You come into these games, knowing you probably have a little bit more talent, but that it's not something that you overlook. And teams can beat you any day of the week. So teams are going to find a way to beat you. So you have to keep your foot in the pedal and keep scoring runs.
Right, and Motlow has had last week we had a doubleheader win against Martin Methodist. I believe what was the score again?
It was 9-0 and 11-1. And
Yeah.
we're seeing a lot of the same players today, but a little bit different of a lineup for Motlow. So let's go ahead and meet the lineup.
Let's go ahead and introduce the
Bucks.
lineup. Let's go ahead and we're going to do Martin Methodist real quick. It is.
Well, we're going to meet the starting lineups for the visiting Bucks first from Motlow. Leading off is the center fielder, number 19, Cameron Harper, and he's leading off and playing center field. Batting second is the shortstop, and he's a sophomore from Smyrna High School. That's J.D. Robertson. And batting third and playing first base, and he's wearing number 7, and it's Marlon Nava. He's from Port Charlotte, Florida.
Yep.
Batting cleanup is the right fielder, number 10, Shaggy Freeland. On your roster would be Jacob Freeland. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 13, Colin Guskoff. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 21, Zach Earhart. And batting seventh, serving as the designated hitter, and wearing number 25 is Lane Whitesell. Batting eighth and doing the catching, number 20, Seth DeYoung. And batting ninth in left field, number 1, DeMarcus Guillory. So that's Harper, Robertson, Nava, Freeland, Guskoff, Earhart, Whitesell, DeYoung, Guillory. And doing the pitching for the Bucks is a freshman from very close to this area, from Lincoln County High School, Chandler Hardiman.
Ooh.
Let's go ahead and meet the lineups for the Red Hawks.
Go ahead and do the lineups for the Red Hawks. Number 23, Grove. No first names, unfortunately, just last names. So number 23, Grove at center field. Number 8, Granger is second base. Number 7, Nipper is going to be third base. Number 5, Neighbors is first base. Number 9, Embray. Looks like he's going to be shortstop. Number 2, Cardigan, and he's going to be the catcher for the Red Hawks. Number 10, Caruso is going to be the right fielder. Number 24, CRC is going to be the designated hitter. Number 6, Scott, and he's going to be left field. Number 36 is Brewer, and that'll be your pitcher for the Red Hawks. Those are both lineups that have been introduced. It looks like
we see one umpire. It's still waiting on the plate umpire, it looks like.
Still waiting on umpires.
At least we do have one umpire today.
Now tell me something. Now, even if we have one umpire, can we still start the game?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's always better to have two. Now
it is too. Yeah.
I can. These guys. We're gonna have a 2-man crew today. I would like to think. We do see our base umpire in the field. No sign of the plate umpire yet, but we do have a base umpire.
Now tell me something, Adam. I noticed a lot of this going on between both baseball and softball. Now tell me something about the umpires. Is it legal for a home umpire to go to is it a field umpire?
Well,
a home plate going to a field umpire for a call?
Well, for assistance, the normal procedure that you see with that is if you have a call like a common example is a pulled foot at first base, where you think the first baseman might have pulled his foot off the bag. That's where you're going to. You might, if there's runners on base, the base umpire is probably not going to have a very good view of that. So if you have a coach who's going to come out and ask you respectfully, hey, your plate guy's looking right up the line at that play, can you ask him for help on that?
Yeah.
So your plate and your base umpire can say yes or no.
Yeah.
And so your base umpire, if he does want to get help on that, he's going to go down and ask the plate guy and say, hey, what did you see on that? And say, and the plate guy might say, yeah, he kept his foot in the bag, just like you called it, or sometimes they're going to stick with the call no matter what it is. If you have a volatile situation, they're going to stick with the call regardless. But that's normally what you go through is the one umpire has to ask the other umpire for help.
All right.
You go to the umpire that made the call.
Yeah, and now I know both teams, like I said, evenly matched with talent. Looks like maybe Motlow probably has, because this is one of I've heard our best team yet so far for Motlow. What do you think is going to be one of the key factors in winning this game for Motlow?
Certainly consistent hitting and keeping. Once you start scoring some runs, keeping scoring runs. That's been one of our problems this year. Is we'll score 3 runs in the first inning and not score anything else. And
Right.
so once you start scoring runs, keeping your foot on the pedal and keep pushing.
Right, good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the opening pitch right here on WDTV Sports Network. Back here live on WDTV Sports Network. And that's a lot of wind. That's a lot of wind for you, Adam, right there, don't you think?
Just a little bit, but just as much as I would be getting if I was sitting in the dugout on the field. So that's quite all right.
Right.
Glad to be up here broadcasting with you.
Yeah. Now tell me something. Is any of this going to affect how we're going to play?
The wind? No, not really. The series we played 2 weeks ago, a conference series,
Yeah.
was at Cleveland State. And their field virtually sits on the side of a mountain, and
Ooh.
they're in Cleveland.
Wow.
So you have a lot of wind blowing on that field. And then we actually played, right after that, we went to play at Calhoun Community College in Decatur, Alabama. And their field, according to head coach McShay, the wind is always blowing on that field.
Wow.
So you really, wind, this is not bad wind as we've played in this year.
Yeah. So, like I said, coming up, it's the Bucks versus the Red Hawks here. Adam, we know we talked about the Bucks already. Let's go ahead. Let's just talk about maybe the Red Hawks. Let's just see what do you think of some of their strong sets they have that you've noticed?
Well, they certainly do put the ball in play.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go down looking. You got to throw them strikes. You got to fill up the zone to make sure that you get them out. They're a team that's going to swing the bat. Defense, you may not have the most talented players in the world out here, but their defense is a good defense. They're not going to make bad errors. They're offensively. Yeah, they're going to put the ball in play. Not sure, high ball, low ball, ground ball, fly ball, what kind of offense they are.
Right.
But we're going to get ready to go here as they're about Martin Methodist Red Hawks about ready to throw the ball down. And the starting pitcher for Martin is number 36, Brewer. And I apologize for not having a first name, but that was what we were provided.
Yeah, JV. Like I've been getting a lot of times, they don't really do much for JV.
No, and that's kind of JV. So leading off here for the Bucks is the center fielder, number 19, Cameron Harper. Cameron's a kid who always in practice, you always see him working hard,
Oh yeah.
always hustling. And normally he pitches this year, but he's leading off as an outfielder in this game. He takes a called strike, right down the middle.
That was right down. Yeah, that almost looked right down the middle.
Grove likes to work quickly, and he's ready to go, and Harper's ready to hit. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside, 1-1.
Yeah. And folks, right now, if you're watching, I'm sorry about some of the poor quality. Just struggling to get a good internet connection.
There's a pitch that's lined to center field. That's a base hit.
That was a beautiful hit right there.
Now coming to bat for the Bucks is actually Cameron Harper's high school teammate. It's J.D. Robertson. He's shortstop, and they're both played at their high school ball at Smyrna High School in Smyrna, Tennessee.
That's good. You know this, so that way you know. Because I had no idea they went to high school together.
And actually, the catcher who's hitting in the 8-hole, Seth DeYoung, he played at Smyrna as well.
Oh, wow.
Quite a few Smyrna boys.
Man.
There's a bunt that's popped up by Robertson. Catcher can't seem to find it, and that'll be a foul bunt.
That'll be a hit, too.
Robertson will walk back toward home and await the next delivery from Brewer. Robertson digs in the box. Brewer takes the rubber. Looks at Harper at first, and now comes set. Peeks at second, and there's the pitch. Breaking ball, a little bit high, 1-1. Robertson is one of those rare guys you see who likes to hit with no batting gloves, and he also will rub dirt on the handle of the bat during his at-bat. Here's the 1-1 from Brewer. A high pitch fouled away by Robertson. 1-2 the count. Brewer looks ready to go. Robertson's still taking signs from Coach McShay at third, and Coach Gaskell's doing the coaching at first for the Bucks. And here's the 1-2. Pitch is popped up down the right field line, and that's going to fall into close to the bullpen area for a foul ball. Count remains at 1-2. And Robertson's kicking himself a little bit, I think, on that one.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy about that.
Robertson gets back in the box, matches the helmet down as Brewer toes the rubber, peeks at first, and comes set. Here's the pitch from Brewer. The runner's going, and the pitch is swung into right. Harper is easily around second, into third without a throw, and that'll be a single for J.D. Robertson. Now coming to the plate is the first baseman, number 7, Marlon Nava. Marlon has quite the interesting story. He's a redshirt sophomore who went to high school in Port Charlotte, Florida. And his uncle is actually well known than he is. His uncle was the first base coach for the Braves, Eddie Perez. So that's Marlon Nava's uncle.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned something about the Braves. So his father's a coach.
His father actually manages or coaches in the Twins minor league system.
Okay,
And
right.
his uncle is Eddie Perez, who coaches for the Braves. As Nava fouls the first one away on a breaking ball.
Long history of baseball, people.
Marlon, his family originates from Venezuela. And so it's interesting to have someone with that cultural background on the team and be able to learn about the Venezuelan baseball culture. It's so different from America.
Yeah.
Brewer pitches, and Nava fouls that one away over the first base dugout, 0-2. 2 straight breaking balls from Brewer here to Nava. Brewer toes the rubber, nods once, comes set. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled away again.
You know, you just hate to see a batter just come up and just hit straight foul balls.
Well, it's not really a bad thing because that makes the pitcher throw more pitches. You know, maybe get somebody up in the bullpen. So
True.
It's not really a bad thing when a guy fouls balls off.
It kind of works both ways.
There's a breaking ball that Marlon skies into center field. Second baseman going out and makes the catch. One away here on top of the first. And that will bring the cleanup hitter Jacob, and his nickname is Shaggy Freeland, to the plate. Shaggy's a sophomore, and he's from Buford, Georgia. He played last year at Florida Southwestern Community College. He's actually a converted infielder who has spent most of this year in right field. Done a very good job for a converted third baseman there in right field, and has a power bat too.
Wow.
The pitch from Brewer. The runner's moving. The pitch is outside, and there will not be a throw to second. It'll be a stolen base for Robertson. Brewer toes the rubber. Freeland steps in. Brewer comes set. And here's the pitch. Fouled over the screen. 1-1. Freeland sets back in the box, tightens the batting gloves, and gets set to face another pitch from Brewer. Breaking ball, outside corner, called strike 2. That's something that we've seen a lot this year with Freeland. A lot of strikes on the outside corner get called against him, and it's maybe just bad luck, but we've seen a whole lot of strikeouts looking with Freeland on the outside corner this year. And
no, definitely, it's a terrible situation.
Looks like about 2-seam fastball outside. Count will be 2-2 now to Freeland. Brewer comes set. Peeks at third, now delivers home. And Freeland hits a deep fly ball to right field.
Nice right there.
That one's not coming back.
That is off the reservation.
3-run home run for Shaggy Freeland. And I tell you, he got a hold of that ball.
Oh, man. Don't you just love to see a home run like that? And bringing home 2 people with him.
That's number 8 on the year for Freeland, as he's up there in the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association home run rankings that actually broke the team lead for home runs with C.J. Brown. Now stepping into the box for the Bucks is the third baseman Colin Guskoff. Guskoff is academically a sophomore, but in terms of eligibility, he's a freshman. Guskoff played at Volunteer State Community College during the fall last year, and there was a bit of a coaching change, and he did not elect to stay for the spring season. So a little bit of a veteran leadership here from a freshman as he takes called strike 1.
Yeah. And now Guskoff, he's from Ohio.
Guskoff is Canton, Ohio.
Yeah.
And an interesting bit of trivia about Guskoff during the offseason, as he awaits the pitch, there's a check swing and a called strike on that, 0-2. During the offseason, Guskoff actually catches bullpens for a member of the New York Mets, Addison Reed.
Wow.
So Guskoff has some experience with baseball royalty as he takes a curveball high. 1-2 the count. Guskoff's a bit of a utility guy. He can play he's played first, third, and caught some this year.
Yeah.
He did experience a concussion in the fall as he takes a curveball inside. he did experience a concussion in the fall, so he's been limited in his reps behind the plate this year. But he's mostly played first and third and then also served as designated hitter. The 2-2 pitch from Brewer. Swung on, line in the right, base hit. Now coming to the plate, the second baseman, Zach Earhart. Zach is a sophomore. He played last year at Volunteer State Community College in Gallatin, which is a TCCAA rival. And Zach is signed with Belmont in Nashville, Division I. Zach's also the kind of guy you want to have on your team, a good quality team player, encouraging guys. Earhart steps in the box. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Looks like an outside, maybe a two-seam fastball. Tailing away from the left-handed hitter. Steps out of the box, takes a practice hack, and awaits.
Ooh.
Outside looks like a curveball, maybe a slider, breaking into the left-handed hitter, 1-1. Earhart gets back in the box and awaits the pitch as Brewer comes set. Fastball low, 2-1 the count on Earhart. Guskoff at first, not really a threat to run. He does have decent speed, but he's not the kind of guy who's going to take off and steal a lot of bases on you. Zach lines one right at second, under the second baseman's glove, and into right field. Guskoff's going to try and go to third. The throw comes in, and he's safe at third with a head-first slide.
What an incredible player out there. Both Guskoff advanced in the third, and I just forgot his name.
Earhart.
Earhart goes to first.
Single.
Just an incredible player
Now
out there.
coming to the plate, the designated hitter. That's Lane Weitzel. Weitzel's a redshirt freshman from Lewisburg High School in Marshall County, Tennessee, and he redshirted last year at Motlow, and obviously did not play. And Lane actually goes two ways, offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
Lane pitches, and then he also hits and plays third base. Yeah. He is serving as a designated hitter in game one today.
Right.
He awaits the pitch, and it's a fastball called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Next pitch is down low and actually gets by the catcher. Earhart's going to trot to second on a pass ball for those of you scoring at home. 1-1 the count to Weitzel. Weitzel actually burst on the scene recently. He wasn't getting a lot of opportunities to play just because Motlow had other guys who were hot as he fouls the ball away. Off his ankle. Looks like that one feel good in the morning.
Ooh, yeah.
And Weitzel wasn't necessarily getting a lot of opportunities to play at the beginning of the season just because other guys were hot, and you want to stick with the hot bat. So Weitzel actually DH'd in a conference series at Cleveland State 2 weeks ago, and hit 2 home runs in the same game, including a grand slam, and then has since hit 2 more home runs. So Lane Weitzel has 4 home runs on the year. There's a ball that gets away from the catcher, but not far enough to advance the runners. 2-2. Beautiful day for baseball here in Pulaski. Just beautiful.
Really is. Sun is shining. It's hitting my back, almost about to make me sweat.
Here's the pitch. Fouled away on the third base side again. The front of the third base dugout, which serves as the home dugout here in Pulaski. You can hear some of that wind in the background there, keeping us cool. We are grateful for that. Here's Brewer, comes set and delivers. And that pitch is grounded to second. And he eats the second baseman up. Going to be a close play at first, and Weitzel is out. Guskoff does score on the play, and Earhart advances to third. Now coming to the plate is the catcher. Well, before he comes to the plate, we have a temporary mound visit, and we're going to take a break right here as the Martin Methodist manager of the junior varsity is going to the mound, and we're going to take a break. How'd it go?
here live on WDTV Sports Network.
That plate umpire went out and broke up the conference on the mound. So here steps in the catcher, Seth DeYoung. He's a redshirt freshman from Smyrna High School in Smyrna, Tennessee. And this is his first at bat of the game. Pitch swung on a miss on a high fastball. 0-1 the count to Robertson. Next pitch is popped straight up in the air, almost no man's land. Second baseman goes out and catches it for the third out. We go to the bottom of the first, 4-0 Bucks. Welcome back here in Pulaski for the bottom of the first. The starting pitcher is a freshman from Lincoln County High School in Fayetteville, Tennessee, which we actually drove through on. We didn't drive through the high school, but we drove through Fayetteville, Tennessee on the trip down from Buck Country. They were in Moore County.
It was close enough.
And leading off for the Red Hawks is the center fielder, and his last name's Grove. And again, we apologize for not having first names on the Red Hawks.
Yep.
Hardiman delivers. Pitch is popped straight up the elevator shaft toward right field. Freeland comes in and will put it away with one hand, one away here in the first inning. Hardiman actually pitched against the Red Hawks 9 days ago at Motlow and had 4 scoreless innings.
Yep.
Now batting for the Red Hawks is the second baseman, number 8, Granger.
Yep, Granger looking really good. Granger second base.
There's a ball in the dirt. Looks like it bounces off the catcher, DeYoung. Hope he's okay.
I hope so, too.
Granger steps back in the box. Hardiman does a little landscaping on the mound. And delivers. High fastball taken for ball 2, 2-0. Hardiman's ready to go with pitch number 3. Fastball called, strike 1. Two and 1 the count to Granger. Hardiman delivers. Outside fastball called, strike 2 on the outside corner. 2-2. Hardiman working back from a 2-0 disadvantage here to even the count on Granger. And he delivers the 2-strike pitch. Outside corner just a bit low, perhaps. Ball 3.
Just a bit low.
And they'll run the count full to Granger. Hardiman toes the rubber. And the pitch. Swung on, chopped up the first base line, but foul. And we'll do it again. First baseman Nava tosses the ball back to Hardiman. as he toes the rubber again and delivers to the plate. Pitch just outside, ball 4. That will bring the third baseman, number 7, Nipper, to the plate. Nipper played against the Bucks last week in Buck Country, as did most of these players.
Good old Buck Country. In Moore County, Tennessee, it's beautiful. You folks need to check it out.
Nice little drive today, about 55-minute drive, an hour drive from the main campus of Motlow State Community College, the Moore County campus. As Hardeman delivers, pitch is taken. Oh, called strike there on the upper part of the strike zone. Yeah, the beautiful drive from Moore County through the countryside of Lincoln County and now into Giles County. Hardeman comes set, peeks at first again, delivers. Pitch is fouled away on the right side.
Yeah.
Over toward the Red Hawk softball field, which is right adjoining the baseball field here. I'll run the count to 0-2 on Nipper as Hardeman takes the rubber again. Granger leads off first. Hardeman comes set, peeks home, and delivers. High fastball, 1-2.
Got a little excited there. Looks like it was just a bit high. Really fast. I heard the mid on that one.
Breaking ball. Oh, just a bit outside.
Man.
Looked like a beautiful 2-strike pitch there. Umpire disagreed, and I'll run the count to 2-2.
That really
But
looked like
that's why he's down there, and we're up here.
it looked like a strike from here. Just saying.
Just
folks.
perhaps. So we were blocked by the catcher, though. So
Yeah.
a little bit we could not see. And he could see. Runner takes off. Pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to second is not in time.
Oh.
So that'll put Granger at second with 2 outs for the first baseman, number 5, Neighbors. As Bucks outfielder C.J. Brown delivers some new baseballs to the home plate umpire.
Got some fresh balls. Make sure you get your balls. You gotta have fresh balls for baseball, don't
And,
you?
We did see the Red Hawks junior varsity rubbing the baseballs up before the game on the clay and getting them ready to go and getting clay on it and getting the baseballs ready for game day.
Make sure you got a good grip. You gotta have a good grip on them.
Neighbors steps to the plate here as Hardeman comes set, looks at second, looks back to the plate, peeks at second, delivers. Fastball just a bit outside, ball 1. Always a nice trip down here, as we were saying, to Pulaski, and a good complex here on the close to the campus, not on the campus, but close to the campus of Martin Methodist. There's a pitch that's fouled away off the screen, 1-1. As I understand, the field's about a mile away from the campus here.
Yeah.
So close enough for student athletes as they commute from their living facilities and school to their place of work.
Yep.
Hardeman with the 1-1. Comes set, peeks at second, and comes home. Breaking ball high, 2-1.
Just like, to me, it looks like he could have hit that one. He could have got a piece of it.
Will, have you ever come down to Pulaski before?
1 or 2 times maybe.
I was able to come this fall when we played the Martin Methodist Junior Varsity here in the fall, and then last spring when we played them as well. There's a pitch fouled straight back, 2-2. As Bucks shortstop Luke Allison trots over to pick up the foul ball. Always appreciate the players in the dugout taking care of the field. Hardeman gets back on the rubber, looks home, and comes set. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Hardeman gets out of the jam. We go to the top of the second. Motlow 4, Martin Methodist Red Hawks Junior Varsity 0.
here live on WDTV Sports Network as we get set to go here for the top of the second inning.
Leading off for the Bucks here in the second, DeMarcus Guillory. He's the left fielder. He's a freshman from Buford, Georgia, one of Motlow's off-season acquisitions. Good to welcome DeMarcus to the Bucks.
And DeMarcus steps up. There's the pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss. Strike one.
DeMarcus actually played at the rival high school of Shaggy Freeland, the right fielder. So they enjoyed a spirited rivalry there during their high school days, as Freeland is a year older than Guillory.
Yeah, and there's the pitch. Swing.
Ooh,
foul ball. Oh,
that was
looks
gonna
like
hurt.
Ooh, he's going to be feeling that in the morning.
Fouls that one off his foot. Guillory does get back in the box.
Wind up with the pitch. Little inside. That'll be ball one.
1-2 the count here on Guillory.
1-2 Guillory takes a few swings. There's the pitch. A little low. That'll be ball two. 2-2 your count now for Guillory. So far your score 4-0. Bucks lead over the Redhawks 4-0. Ooh, and that's a little high. That'll be ball three. Full count now for Guillory as he steps back up into the box. Brewer with the pitch. Ooh, swung. Drive down to first base, and that'll be out one for the Bucks.
As the first baseman takes it to the bag unassisted. And now Cameron Harper will come back up at the top of the order as he singled sharply up the middle on the second pitch he saw in his first at bat in the first inning.
Oh, good old Harper.
Harper is a hustler. I tell you, he's always moving, always running, always trying to help the team. So it's good to have players like that on your team.
Oh, yes, definitely. Brewer, there's the pitch, delivers. Ooh, and Harper drives one, but it will be
that
foul.
will get out of play. Over the home bullpen there down the left field line is something you don't see a lot anymore, something that's a throwback to older days of baseball. You have the bullpens located in play, and personally, I love that.
Definitely. And batting now for the Bucks is number 19.
And Harper fouls that ball away, 0-2.
Sorry, I thought it was a new batter just come up.
I believe that there's only 3 major league fields, I believe, off the top of my head, that have the bullpens located in play.
Oh, yes. Brewer with the pitch.
I know San Francisco has it. Of course, the traditional Wrigley Field has it, and that's a place I want to visit in my lifetime is Wrigley Field. And then A's in the Coliseum have it.
Definitely. Brewer with the pitch. Swung, drives it down to second base, fields it up, and there's the out. Harper just doesn't get it in time.
And we see that hustle there we talk about with Cameron Harper that coaches love. You know, ground ball hit right at the second baseman, and he busts out of the batter's box trying to beat it out to first. You got to love that. J.D. Robertson now comes up to hit. Robertson's a shortstop, and he singled to right field sharply in his first at-bat in the first inning.
Harper with a swing.
And it's fouled away as that one hit him in the batter's box. So that's automatically a foul ball. And our home plate umpire concurs. The next pitch, breaking ball, it's fouled away. 0-2.
Brewer with the pitch. Swungs, fouls it down past the Bucks dugout.
One about got Luke Allison down there. As they say, no good deed goes unpunished. Luke is going to retrieve another foul ball, and that about got Luke.
Almost there. Brewer with the pitch, delivers.
That pitch is hit to right. That one might get down, and it will. Just fair. Robertson is around first.
And Robertson will get a beautiful double off of that hit. Just beautiful.
As he goes head first into second, which is always fun for managers after the game.
Definitely always. for the Bucks is number 7,
Marlon Nava Jr.
Nava Jr. He's a junior. He's the second. So there's somebody. Is his
He
dad?
is. His father is Marlon Nava as
Okay.
well.
Yeah. I just love it when you have people's names and it's like the second or junior.
It has a good twist to it when
It
you're
really
announcing
does,
it too.
Yeah. It has some sort of a story to tell.
Nava has actually interacted with a lot of professional baseball players as he grounds that one foul past the reach of head coach Dan McShay down the left field line.
Dan McShay looks like he's got some memories there trying to go field that one up.
As Coach McShay played his collegiate baseball at Ole Miss in Mississippi.
Unfortunately, he's ineligible today.
There's a ball. It's fisted foul, and this time Coach McShay makes the play unassisted, 0-2.
It's like he's trying to give him a workout here. He didn't get a good workout this morning.
Well, Coach McShay, as I mentioned, played it at Ole Miss in the SEC and played offense and defense. He pitched and then also was a hitter as well. As Marlon hits a deep fly ball to the left, way back there, way back. See ya! Marlon actually started this game with the same way he started last week's game against Martin Methodist, as he hit a solo shot off Katie Rigsby in game 1 of the doubleheader in Buck Country.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful hitch, and so far, as Nava and Robertson will both come home, as now your score is 6-0. Bucks lead over the Redhawks 6-0.
That ball was hammered into the wind. We'll see what direction the wind's blowing. Wind's blowing a bit in, so he hit that ball through the wind.
Oh yeah, it's always good when the wind helps you pick up the ball.
Impressive piece of hitting there from Nava Jr. Freeland now steps in. Another called strike on the outside corner.
Ooh.
As we've mentioned, Freeland tends to get a lot of those, it looks like.
Tends to. Brewer with the pitch, just a bit outside. And that'll be ball 1. 1-1 is your count.
The next pitch bounces up there. 2-1 the count to Freeland.